Hello. I haven't made anything here in quite a while. Sorry, I'm doing this very off the cuff at 22 minutes past 1 in the morning. Um, because my neighbors make noise and I can't sleep. But I've been thinking a lot, and I wanted to share my thoughts with whoever is still here for whatever reason. So if you are a Nerdcubed Patreon podcast listener, Nerdcubed Patreon pod with plosives. If you're a Nerdcubed Patreon podcast listener, I did a podcast with Dan the other night where we discussed the future of the Nerdcube channel quite extensively. And, that sort of made me start thinking about just sort of creative ideas in general and sort of stuff I'd like to do. One of the reasons I stopped doing stuff on my personal channels, really, including live streams, is well, two reasons. A, I got a lot more busier within my personal life, my professional life. My job at Nerdcubed expanded. It expanded quite significantly over the past couple of years. And the second part, which is, I guess, part of the first part, is that I started to edit all of the Nerdcubed videos. So at this point, literally everything across all 4 channels. The live stream stuff, but the main Nerdcube channel, all the gaming videos and that, edited, uploaded, processed, thumbnails, titles, everything's done by me, scheduled. Toys channel, upload, editing, schedule, thumbnail. The Dadcube channel, same for the past couple of months. I've been doing the other 2 channels a bit longer, and then the live channel, I'm processing everything on there. If you don't watch Nerdcubed, for the few of you that are here, go look for context. Nerdcube.co.uk, go if you fancy context. I've edited a lot. And doing that as a job every day makes me not want to do it in my personal. When I'm doing my own thing, I don't really just want to be kind of doing what I do for a job. Now, one of the things that's changed since I was doing videos on here is I have a much more powerful computer now. And I still want to do a video about my experiences with this computer. I have an iMac Pro. I have an almost top spec iMac Pro, which is Nerdcube business expense because I was editing everything. But I had quite the experience with that, which you might have seen on Twitter. I don't know, whatever. I want to make a video about that whole experience at some point because it's fucking atrocious. Irregardless, I have that. Making videos conceptually is a lot easier. My setup is similar to what it was in my setup video that I did a couple of years ago, which you probably can't find because I unlisted most of my old videos because I think they're shit. And they're not really very representative of me or what I want to represent of myself now. They're unlisted. I don't delete things, but they're not what I want to show. Namely Inquire, where I listen to old ones. Listen to a few old videos. I fucking hate my voice. Oh boy, do I hate my fucking voice. Hello, I'm trying. God, fucking early videos. I'm really obviously just trying to copy Dan. But now I'm like half of Nerdcubed essentially at this point, so I can't really copy it anymore. No, but my setup's completely different to what it was in the setup video. It's really similar to look at, like it's the same layout, but everything's different. Literally everything's been replaced aside from my monitors. So I can do way more videos. I've got a much better sound setup. As you can hear my nice through the shore SM7B and a DBX. What's this? It's a DBX 286S vocal preamp and an Apollo Twin doobly doopty doo. Oh, look, audio quality. Oh, isn't that nice? And you can hear my nice Ooh, nice clicky keyboard, because that's me copying Dan. I tried Dan's keyboard that I got him, and I went, oh, this is nice, and I bought one for myself. So I'm rambling quite a lot. Basically, I have a better setup to do content. Hashtag content. Thanks, Tom Scott. Tom Ska. I'm sorry, they're very different people. Yeah, so I have a much better setup to do content, whether it be videos or live streams or whatever. My video editing experience has gone way up, and I have, I can do everything better than I ever was able to in the past, both from a technical perspective and just a creative perspective. And I do. My words don't make very much sense, even at the best of times. So please bear with me. I'm assuming if you're here, you expect me to literally make no fucking sense at any given point. Regardless. Why I'm making this is because I would like to feel more creatively satisfied. The reason doing the Nerdcube Patreon podcast, plosives, the reason that sort of sparked this thought in me is because we were talking about creative fulfillment and the idea that what Dan struggles with the most in regards to YouTube and Twitch is feeling creatively fulfilled, because, as much as he enjoys doing Twitch streams, they are not creatively fulfilling. They're not a creative outlet, really, while videos are, and he wants to be creatively fulfilled. And as much as I get some creative freedom with editing of the Nerdcube videos, they're not very creatively fulfilling. They're pretty standard now. It's a day job at this point. It's natural. It's second nature. There's no challenge to it. I kind of just process them. I think I'm pretty good at them, to be honest. I'm pretty proud of how I edit those videos, because I think most people don't notice that someone else is editing them unless they're told, which I'm proud of, and I try to do that. I don't want people noticing. Not that it's a secret, but don't want anything to be jarring. But I want to do more creatively fulfilling activities. And I look around my office, and I see all this equipment, and I see all these instruments, and I see all this shit, which is, I have this essentially creative hub for everything I like, creatively speaking. Most things I like, creatively speaking. I'm surrounded by all the instruments I could ever want to play. I'm surrounded by all the equipment I could ever want to use to make stuff. I'm surrounded by, I've got a good DSLR camera. I've got good audio equipment, good computing equipment, good music equipment. And I realized after I got back from Dan's today, and I sat here and I was thinking about it, I was going, why the fuck aren't I making anything? Because it really feels wasteful to a degree, because I think I struggle with creativity to a certain degree. One of the reasons I work quite well with Daniel is because we kind of fill in. It's quite a good. It's a really good working relationship, because we kind of fill in for what each other kind of lacks to a degree. Whereas he is an incredibly witty and creative and just compelling person. I am not, I'm not nearly as witty as him, or as naturally funny or clever in how I deliver things. And he comes up with loads of ideas all the time, and I'm not that kind of person. I'm not really an ideas person. I can expand on an idea very well. You give me a basic idea, I will fucking roll with it and expand it and turn it into something else. I'm quite good at that, which is why I think I'm good at a sort of producing role, or a co-directorial role, that's where I seem to shine. But yeah, well, he's that, and then I'm a lot better at sort of expanding on ideas, I think, to a degree, and just filling for stuff. I sort of fill in and do everything that he struggles with or he can't be bothered with. And, it works really well. But I want to do most of it. I'm sorry, this is really rambling. I've been going for 10 minutes. This is going absolutely nowhere. And I have no intention of editing this because fuck that. I kind of want this to be raw and rambly. I want to do more stuff. And since I last did stuff properly, I mean, I'm fucking gonna look. Oh Christ! I went to YouTube and I'm recording in Final Cut and it's nice and dark. And I went to just fucking bright white light. Fucking hell! Why do YouTube have a dark mode for the rest of their site, but not the Creator Studio? So when you go into the Creator Studio, you just get fucking blinded. Oh, it's YouTube. It's shit. YouTube. It's a hot fire mess. The last thing I did creatively, not even creatively, but the last content I really made on my own sort of outlets was the movie stuff, the movie rundowns, and they weren't really creative. That was just me recording my hands and looking at my tickets from my movie stubs for the month, and I stopped doing those because I got really busy and I wasn't seeing as many movies. There were a few months I didn't see any movies, and I started seeing more stuff now, but that's not really creative. That's just a thing. The last creative thing I did, that was more involved, was, I don't know, January, February 2017, which is, God, it's 2.5 years ago now. Christ. That's quite a while. God, I didn't even realize it was that long. Oh, look at me. Time flies, isn't it? 2.5 years is a bit of time. I mean, well, hang on. Sorry, this is even more unprofessional than the fucking Patreon podcast. I am gonna go. What was Dan doing 2 years ago? I never liked. Sorry, I moved. I have my mic set up to work for the PC, but not the Mac. So if I turn to the Mac and I type on a keyboard, I'm sorry. I move away from the mic to breathe, as Tay Zonde once said. That's an old reference. And I don't wear pants. Just let's get the fucking leave Britney alone. I fell in love with the Apple Store. What's some other old YouTube references? Yeah, I don't remember them. What was? I'm sorry, I knocked you. Ooh. I just kissed them. I haven't done content on my own in quite a while. I've been working off others. If you go onto my channel, I have 2 playlists on the home screen, which quiet you. I have one which is videos I'm in elsewhere, which is just everything I'm in that's not on my channel. So it's right next, just loads of Nerdcube live streams, which I've been in, and then I've got an editing portfolio, which I have both. Let me try that for a third time, which I have for my own personal reference, and also, if I ever need an editing job in future, it's useful to be like, hey, here's everything I've ever edited. And ever since YouTube got rid of video credits, that's literally the only way you can know if I edited a video or not. So if you want to see stuff I've done, I guess, then there you go. Yep. Sorry, I'm really tangential. I was going to look at what Dan was doing 2 years ago when I last did when I last did anything really creative on my channel. 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. Let's scroll down. Oh my god, the Nerdcube channel's really old. I realized I had my 5-year anniversary working for Nerdcube the other month. Oh, it's been a while. And I've been doing stuff for him even longer than that. Whoa. Wow. Oh shit. Sorry. There's a Nerdcube video from a year ago where he plays Hydrophobia, which is a video I did years. Stop copying me, Dan. You're not allowed to do that. I'm doing voices. February. What did I say? Fuck. I'm so shit. Where the fuck is my fucking Creator Studio? If you're still here, well done. I don't know. Oh, what? Sorry, I was messing with my privacies, and there was an unlisted stream that I quite liked, which I just made public. But for some reason, it published it into sub boxes. It's 2 years old, and it published it into sub boxes. So if you saw that video, YouTube's a piece of shit. That's why 119 people just unsubscribed. Booyah! Booyah. Woof, woof. Ho damn. You know, I'm gonna tell you what I did today. I went to the York Railway Museum today. Went to the York Railway Museum on my own. Took a detour and I went to the York Railway Museum. And I looked at trains on my own because that's the kind of cool dude I am. People who know me say I'm a 55-year-old in a 12-year-old's body. Although I don't really look 12 anymore because I have a beard. Take that, youth. So the last creative thing I did was going to be, Skyrim or the top 10 albums. So like February 2017 is the sort of time we're looking. So when's this from? So yeah, February 2017 was when Dan was doing... that's about the... interesting. That's when the last Red Nose Day stream was, pretty much. Close enough. He was doing... God, he completed Rugrats. God, that was shit. It's got a lot of views, though. I don't like Dan's complete series. Sue me. I'm not allowed to not like things, damn it. February 2017. Oh, that was the video with Jay. That was the GTA 5 video with Jay. That's sad. I miss that kid. He's a good egg. So that's where Dan was, where I was essentially, and then I wasn't editing videos then yet. I didn't for a while, but that's sort of when I stopped doing stuff because I think I got more involved with Nerdcube stuff. But now Nerdcube stuff is changing a bit. There's less of a focus on videos going forward, and I think I'm able to dedicate more mental energy to doing this. And also, I just want to for my sake. And I would like some help or feedback with that, really. I'm in a weird position, sort of internetally, if that considers that to be considered a word, in the sense of I inherently am part of Nerdcube. And most people know me from my content and the stuff I've done with Dan and John. And I'm curious as to the people who watch that stuff and like it and who follow me in my own personal stuff. What is it that you like to see from me? Like, what is it? Why are you a fan of me is basically what I'm... Independently is basically what I'm asking. If you are, not that you have to be. That's a bit of a big-headed assumption. But you're subscribed, or you follow me on Twitter and you came from there. If you are interested in me independently, what is it that you're interested in? Because it's kind of hard to tell. I'm so interwoven into Nerdcube and Dan that it's kind of hard to separate myself from that to a certain degree. From a creative standpoint, there's a lot of things I'm kind of curious about doing. I'd like to do more music stuff. I put new strings on my banjo today. Oh, I went to the National Rainbow Museum and I put new strings on my banjo. I'm so cool. That's literally a daily an activity for like a 60-year-old. But I have all these instruments which I can't really play much better. I can play guitar better. I'm always still playing guitar. I can play guitar better. I'm always getting better. I'm getting better piano. I want to take piano and singing lessons. Singing is something I've always been interested in. And I think I have a decent range, and I think I have decent pitch control, but I am not very good at singing. I think with a vocal coach, I might actually be able to sing okay. So I'd like to do more music stuff. I am semi-interested in gaming stuff, but I don't really play games. I never really have. I've always been interested in games, and I've always played some games, but I'm not a gamer. Dan plays a lot of games in his spare time. He plays a lot of games on the Switch. He's always trying new stuff, and he loves games. I read a book about how much he loves games. I have a passing interest in games, which has kind of not grown, but has become... I have a passing interest, but I obviously know quite a lot about it because I literally work in the games industry. And I don't really play many games. Lately, I've played quite a bit of Sea of Thieves because I find it quite a relaxing game. Unless my PC crashes like it did today. And I lose everything I was doing. Or the game doesn't work, or the set, whatever. I've been playing that. I've been playing tiny bits here and there on my Switch, but I'm just not very naturally inclined to pick up a game and play a game. And I realized when I was sort of looking at a lot of my old gaming videos that they seemed somewhat forced. There was some forced enthusiasm with them because I didn't really care. They were an interesting platform to explore sort of comedy. And I think some of them are still quite funny. But some of the favorite things I've done is not even creatively, but just conceptually is, I really enjoy doing GeoGuessr streams because I like maps. I enjoyed doing that Fallout Nuka World run because I thought that was a stupid thing. And then John made a series based on that concept, which I thought was very fun. Then I quite liked doing the top albums video simply just because I like music a lot, and that was quite fun to put together and try and figure out. These are all very one-off projects. Sorry, I was talking about gaming. I'm fucking all over the place. The Skyrim series, I kind of liked. I chose Skyrim because it's a game I know I like Bethesda first person, RPGs. I like the format of them quite a lot. And Skyrim was a game I have played and I know I like, but I haven't explored that much of, and I haven't played it for many, many years, so I don't remember basically anything. But I have a good enough grasp of it to do interesting stuff with it, I think. And that's why I chose Skyrim. But I don't know. There's something about it being unedited. I don't know. Maybe I'm just thinking wrong. Maybe if I recorded it nowadays, it'd be different. But I don't know. And I'm always tentative to try new games because, frankly, I don't like most games because I don't really care about gaming very much. I like quite a few games, and I play games in my own time, but I'm not someone who wants to commentate over them particularly. Very interested in music. I've always been interested in film. I've always had quite an interest in film. I know one of the things I wanted to do when I was a kid. There were three careers I was interested in. One was pilot, airline pilot. Another was a science field, and another was film directing. I tried to pursue the science field. I wanted to be an astrobiologist, and I wasn't able to do the sciences in sixth form, which is the last 2 years of high school for the Americans, because of some grade average thing. Because I failed history, so that means even though I got A's and A stars and fucking all the sciences, so I didn't do that. Airline pilot, I did some airline lessons, so I've flown a plane, but then I realized half of flying is like charts, and I don't give a shit. And also, it's very, very expensive to become a pilot, and I don't care that much. So I gave up with that. Directing, something I've still always been interested in. I've always been interested in the film industry, and I think directing is an interesting creative position to take because you're in control of the project, but you're not necessarily the project. You know, I know some directors obviously are writing it and producing it at the same time, but a lot of direction is directing scripts that other people have made. So it's kind of, you're being creative, but in the constraints of it's someone else's work. And that's where I actually really excel, I think. I've never directed, though. So that's not something I can really do. But I have a DSLR. I have a good DSLR, and, you know, fucking got an iPhone 10. That's got a really good camera in it. I've got good audio equipment. You know, I could make live action stuff if I wanted to. I'm very uncomfortable on camera. Always have been. Probably always will be. So I don't know if that's something I necessarily want to do. But, you know, I think at the end of the day, I'm not sure what I want to do. But I know I want to do something. And I'm kind of brainstorming and thinking out loud with this is kind of what it is. If you listen to this mess, I'm sorry. Something I've always been interested in, well, not always, something I've started to be interested in lately is animation. I see a lot of YouTube animation channels popping up, and I really admire all of them. I admire the process to it, and animation's gotten easier lately. Not massively easier, but it's gotten easier because there's really good tools and programs out there to use. And I was considering getting like an iPad Pro and an Apple Pencil and, you know, doing more drawing. Because I was always very, very, at least in my opinion, at least my teacher's opinion, I was quite good at art. Back when I was in school, I was always quite interested in art. I got an A in art at GCSE. My art teacher's a tattoo artist now. It's a good man. Yeah. Help. Give me feedback. Give me thoughts. I'm kind of using this to bounce off, but I would like you to bounce off as well because I find that very useful. Similarly to what I said in the Nerky Patreon podcast. It's not necessarily that I want someone to give me an answer. It's more that other people's thoughts often help to solidify or work through my own, I guess. They're useful for coming up with paths, I suppose. So yeah, essentially, what is it you like to see from me creatively? I'm not going to get my dick out yet. Maybe. Maybe porn's where it's at. Mattophobia. Fuck, that was bad. This is why Dan's the comedian and I'm the fucking wanker who just sits in the background. What fucking pornia. Oh, so shit. Oh, Matt, you could not be more shit at puns. I quite actively hate puns, just FYI. Yeah, give me your feedback. I'm sorry, this is literally 30 minutes long. I'm not going to edit this. You can fucking listen to the whole thing on it. I don't give a shit. I do give a shit. I'm so cynical. But also very optimistic. People who know me personally keep calling me a very odd man, and I wouldn't disagree with them necessarily. I'm gonna go to bed. Tell me what you want, or what you like, or what you don't like, or what porn you're into. Don't tell me what porn you're into. Please don't tell me what porn you're into. I don't care. I don't want to know. Just what do you help? Thank you. I don't know. Bye.